Okay, so in today's video about XRP, we are going to check out two very important articles, and we are also going to see what is going on in like very short term in this area right in here. And I'm going to tell you why $5 XRP might actually come sooner than a lot of us think. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones. And first, let's actually do a quick analysis in the short term and see what is going on. First things first, I want to be very clear. There's a very high chance, in my opinion, that we are having overall in this area a correction structure and not an impulse. And this kind of got confirmed when in this move on the upside, we actually took this high right in here. So overall in this region, in my opinion, we are bullish, and there's a good chance that the bottom is going to be in right around this area. And we can argue in terms of Elliott waves, because this is quite a strong move up, it can actually be an impulse into a wave 1, followed by that we can have a correction for wave 2, and then we can expect another move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. This is kind of what I'm expecting for like very short term in XRP. Having said that, let's go on 5-minute time frame, and I want to be very clear, I don't usually go on such lower time frames, but since I'm doing this for educational purposes, I'm thinking it's actually fine. You see, you can argue that this is 1, this is 2, and the bottom is in right around this area. This can be one possibility. However, I think we can have another scenario, and we can at least have it in the back of our minds, and it's having an ABC in form of an expanded flat starting from this point. Now, if you don't know what an expanded flat looks like, it looks like this on the downside. This is our initial move down into a correction for wave B, which in it we are going to take this high and then another move down into our C leg, and in this phase we are going to take the low of our A leg. And for our sub waves, ABC down into A, there we go, correction up for wave B, maybe ABC, maybe WXY, doesn't matter, and then 1 2 3 4 5 wave down into our C leg. Now let's go on the live chart and count some waves. So according to the scenario that suggests maybe this whole structure is going to be an ABC expanded flat, we can say, okay, this is 5 wave up into A, this is a correction down into our B leg, potentially to somewhere around here, and it can be like a running flat structure, and we're gonna have another move up into wave C, and in this move we can actually take this high right in here, about let's say $3.2, and at that point we are probably going to see a lot of people saying, you know what, from here we are going to get a straight move up. However, the price might actually do something like this. We might get from here a 1 2 3 4 5 wave down in order to hit the stop loss of a lot of long positions that were putting their stop under this low right in here. And at that point, I want you to remember this: odds are that overall we are dealing with, you know what, an A, B, C in form of an expanded flat. And by the way, this is our ABC down into A. And again, once more in here, you are going to see me saying XRP is actually bullish. And then this is 1, this is our wave 2, and we can comfortably get a big move up into wave 3, 4, 5. So the overall picture in XRP is absolutely 100% bullish. Do not get me wrong. It's just the fact that maybe in like very, very short time, we are going to have some more moves on the downside, and that, I promise you, is not really going to change anything. Now let's talk about some news and see what is going on in here. And first, I want to talk about this one. Where is it? There we go. Okay, major amendment goes live on XRP Ledger. What is this thing? The AMM clawback amendment has officially gone live on XRP Ledger according to XRP Scan. AMM stands for Automatic Market Maker, and they say the XRP Ledger clawback feature makes it possible to recover tokens even after they were sent to the account. For instance, if the recipient of the tokens is associated with illicit activity, they could be recovered if such a feature is enabled by the issuer. Now, you might think, well, okay, this doesn't really fit in with the decentralization theme of the crypto market. And you are absolutely 100% right. So why are people over Ripple doing this? Well, that comes down to here. There we go. This is a very important point. I need you to pay full attention to this. Such an amendment is vital for you know it, regulatory compliance. So what's the plan in here? I'm going to say people over Ripple are most likely positioning themselves in order to attract the most adoption in United States. And I talked about this so many times. A couple of months ago, Ripple launched its own stablecoin, RLUSD, and I get this feeling that they are probably going to attract a lot of adoption in that area. And as you can see, they say the activation of amendment essentially makes it possible to use Ripple's much hyped stablecoin in AMM pools. Before this, it could only be used on centralized exchanges with traditional order books. So what's the point in here? In my opinion, in this cycle, XRP is actually going to attract quite a bit of adoption, and you are just going to continuously see more and more bullish news. So this is, in my opinion, and probably contrary to a lot of popular beliefs, actually a piece of good news for XRP. Now let's talk about another piece of news in here. Legendary trader Peter Brandt spots XRP bull flag. If XRP goes up, I want to be long, he said. Now, if you are a regular viewer, you probably know that actually we talked about Peter Brandt when we were right around these areas. And if you don't remember, let me explain to you what was going on, and maybe it's best to go on a less busy chart. Okay, so the idea was, according to Peter Brandt, that we are actually having a bull flag structure in XRP in this area. This is our flag. There we go. And let's just draw also the lower line. And this can be considered as our pull. Now, in the previous videos, you probably also saw me saying this is actually a bull flag and we are going to get a big move up in XRP soon. What's the difference between me and Peter Brandt? Well, here's the difference. He was saying that you need to measure your targets on logarithmic chart, and based on it, he said that when we were around these areas, XRP in terms of market cap, I believe can reach to somewhere around $500 billion plus in a matter of weeks. That was the main difference between mine and his analysis, and I still stand by what I said. In my opinion, this is absolutely a bull flag. However, where I learned technical analysis, they didn't really tell me that you should measure your targets on logarithmic scale. No, they told me you should put your chart on regular first and then measure your pull from here to about this point and put it at your breaking point. And that will give you about, let's say, a $4.5 to $5 XRP, which means at that point, I think the market cap is going to be somewhere around $270 billion. And I said, okay, this actually makes perfect sense. Now, here's the key. I still believe that this scenario is indeed in play. And I'm thinking that probably we are having in this area, if I just take this one, excuse me, a 1, 2, 3, correction for 4, and there's a good chance that this wave 5 is going to get extended. And I do think that probably in the next couple of weeks in XRP we are actually going to reach to somewhere around $4.5 to $5. And I know a lot of people are saying somewhere around the $7 to $8 area can be our final target for XRP. Well, I think you might be in for a surprise, and I'm thinking this $5 target actually is achievable probably a lot sooner than most of us think. That's why I own XRP, and for now at least, I'm not selling my bags. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. The overall structures are absolutely bullish, but I want to be very clear, there's a good chance that in the short term, we might do something like this, ABC down, ABC up, and maybe we are going to get another move on the downside in order to take this low around, let's say, $2.95. Is it going to be a bad sign? Absolutely not. This is part of a correction structure, potentially in form of an ABC flat. And by the way, it's not even necessary for us to do something like this. Who knows? Maybe even from here, we are going to get a continuation of the move up. The point that I'm trying to make is this. We are in XRP absolutely bullish, and any kind of move down, in case that we are going to get it, should be just considered as a simple correction structure. And after it's over, we can definitely argue that we are going to have the next major phase of the bull run in order to reach to somewhere around, you know what, $4.5 to $5. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XRP's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.